Hello everyone, today I've been lucky enough to be sent 2 parcels from PETZL. I'm super excited to find out what's inside these as I have absolutely no idea. So let's find out together. Which one should we go for first? This one's a bit lighter, so let's go with this one. PETZL have a line of amazing products, so I'm really excited to find out what's in here. It could be absolutely anything. So I actually do already own quite a lot of PETZL products. They've been in touch and they wanted to showcase more of their stuff on the channel. Oh, this is awesome. I was actually looking at getting some of these myself. We've got some rope bags, the 15-litre ones. And these are the hard type rope bags, so they're not super floppy, so they're dead easy to feed your rope into. And they've actually sent me one of their larger 30-litre ones. That's pretty awesome. Let's have a closer look at these. You can fit quite a large rope in there. I bet you could fit about 60 metre of line in there. And then you've got a fold and twist top to keep it all dry. So that's pretty cool. It's got some loops on the inner side, so you can clip all your gadgets to. So I'll definitely be using that. That's really cool. These are cooler. This is quite small, 15-litre. Same kind of design, but it's only got these bucket type handles. It doesn't have that rucksack type handle, because obviously it's not going to be as heavy. Let's get a rope in there and see how much we can fit in. The 30-litre one could be really cool as like a mobile rigging kit. I've got quite a large rigging kit. It's dead heavy, but I could get a little 13mm low rim rope, put all the little gadgets in there. They've got zip pockets, and it'll stay nice and waterproof, and have the handles on to carry it, you know, maybe into the woods or away from the vehicles and things like that. Here I've got my 45-metre 11.5mm Adrenaline with the zigzag. Let's see if it'll fit into them 15-litre bucket bags. Right now I've been coiling the ropes, and that takes time. And if you want to move around site, you know, you're doing multiple trees in a day, having to coil the rope up and move can get quite annoying. Feeding it into the bag or keeping it in the bag keeps your ropes dry, keeps them from getting dirty, and they're easier to move around site. So hopefully they can fit into that 15-litre bag. Oh, that's super easy. Got a real nice open top. So there it is, it's up to the red line. You know, it's not overflowed. It's perfectly in there. That's 45 metres of rope in this nice compact size. I'll definitely be using them. I think that 30-litre one could fit 2 ropes in. For a larger 60-metre thin lowering line, I think that would be perfect. So I might use that as my, you know, little compact lowering bag. It's actually large enough that I could probably fit my harness in here and have that as a rucksack and all my bits, and then have these 2 to my left and my right, and I could be fully kitted up. That on my back, my 2 45-metre ropes to my left and my right, and I could really trek, you know, right into the woods with that. Even if I decanter only what I need, like my harness and my gadgets, because my ropes are in here, I could pretty much have that as a full kit bag set. So that's really, really awesome, especially though that's in a rucksack. Frees up my hands. You know, and if I was doing crane work, I could hook that on. I could have my DRT on the hook, and I could send that through crotches. I could shoot that down somewhere. It's so compact that that could really be sent down wherever I want. It's really awesome. Let's get on to the next stuff. So that's really, really cool. I think that's something that I'm actually going to really use in my day-to-day life, and I can already tell the quality product. Just before we open this, everything I unbox here today, I'll have a first impressions and general thoughts throughout my main videos, and then I'll have an actual review on pretty much all the products that I receive here. There'll be an in-detail review with my honest opinions and whether I'd purchase them myself. And so far, I can already tell that I would buy them bags. I was actually on the market looking at bags, and I wasn't impressed with anything I really saw. But anyway, let's open this one. Wow, it's full of all sorts. So they've sent me 2 micro flip lines. So I don't actually have a wire core flip line. I tend to just use a rope lanyard. So this would be really cool. The past few days I've been working on pine trees, and they just sap up your rope. And you really, when you're on a spar, you want that flick. So this is going to come in real use. I have heard great things about them. There's 2 different sizes. This is a 2.5 metre, and then I've got the larger 4 metre. So we've got this compact little sliding device. You actually push down on this lever, and you can actually decrease tension while your weight's on there. You can slowly lower it. It's really clever. It's a really thin line, it's not too heavy. I usually climb with quite a large rope lanyard, around 4 meters, but this is 2.5, and I was a bit worried how small that would be, but how well you can flick that because it's so light. I think on them medium size stems this would be pretty awesome. They've also sent a larger 4 meter, so that's nearly double the size there, and you know, anything in England you can do with that and you can really get the flick. You know, it's good to have a bit of extra slack so you can really flick it up when you're whipping up trees. There is a potential, because I've got 2, that I might be giving one away on a giveaway. I'll make sure not to use it and not put it into service if I do decide to give it away, but stay tuned for a potential giveaway. These actually do come up to around £170 brand new. So it looks like they've given us a throw line kit. This is something new that I've seen. It's a new throw cube design. Really cool to be able to get my hands on one of these. I've not actually seen one of these in person. They've also given me 60 meters of throw line, PETZL jet bag. Now this is quite small. It's got the attachment point at the bottom, tiny little ring, which is important so it doesn't get stuck into forks and stuff. It comes in this bag. I don't know. Oh, and it pops out like a pop-out tent. Wow, it's quite large. So that bag is connected, so it is intended to stay in that bag. This is quite cool though. Its intended use, I think, is to have two throw lines in one bag. It's actually got 4 throw bag pockets, and it's got this flap. So you'd have one throw line here in the pockets at the top. You'd throw into the tree, you'd get your first line in, and then you actually can open this up and clip this here, and then I imagine you can have another throw line down at the bottom, or whether you get one stuck, so you can have 2 tries in one bag, which really, you know, having that backup, you don't have to buy 2 cubes. You can have 1 cube that does both, because you all know you need 2 throw lines. So whether you just use that top one as your main attempt, and if it gets stuck, oh, it's okay, I've already got it out. You don't have to go back into the van or into your bag. You just open up that hatch and it gives you a second try. So that's a really cool idea, actually. I'll have to play around with that. Maybe it can save some space in my kit bag, especially because it goes into that tiny little collapsible point. And something to note about this airline throw line, it's very supple, seems dead soft in the hands. It's not that cheap plastic stuff. You know, there's plenty of room in there, and like I said, you could throw that first one, lift that flap up, and you've got a second try. The only downside I could say is it's actually got quite a lot of like surface area, so it might blow over in the wind if it's a windy day. You know, not that the square ones don't do that, but I think that's something that happens to all throw lines, but it is quite a lot larger, but actually packs up smaller. I've never packed this up before, but everything has a trick. Okay, let's see how easy it is to pack up. I think it's down, down, and then once it's flat, you almost grab one corner and you twist it round to make like a small circle, just like that. And that's really small, you know, it's about a hand, and especially because you can actually have 2 throw lines and 4 bags in there, all separate because of that clever little design. I think I can have my original throw and my backup throw taking up the space of, you know, about a hand, rather than 2 triangular cubes that I'd usually take. So that's pretty clever design, actually. I didn't know that it had that double feature there, but that's quite cool. Let's move on to the next thing. So we've got PETZL's own brand rope. Now, I've heard great things about this flow. It's 11.6 millimeters, and it's 45 meters long in this beautiful green colour called the Flow. It's a semi-static rope, and I'll climb on the Adrenaline, and it's just a bit too bouncy, and I've heard that this is a lot more static, but can be used both on DRT and SRT. PETZL tend to design their products to work great with their own, and this will work amazing with the zigzag. It'll slide right over there, so you don't have to feed it in from the bottom. It's got a nice grip to it, pretty similar to the Adrenaline in feel, but almost like the sheath's a bit nicer to hold, and it's looks a lot more knottable, whereas the Adrenaline can get a bit wiry. This looks nice and supple. I think I'm going to run that on the rope runner, and and I'll have to let you guys know how that performs, especially when you do like a canopy tie. The Adrenaline is just way too bouncy. I think you'd need the Ecstatic, but they don't traditionally come with a spliced eye, and sometimes on the Rope Runner I like to have that spliced eye, so I can go around the stem and clip a crab on there and cinch it on, or use my notch quickie to quickly link onto there. Or if I go DRT, that's going to be really, really cool and efficient to use that spliced eye. So there's one more thing in the box. I've had a sneaky little look, so I'm excited to show that off. The PETZL Sequoia SRT, and it's in the right size for me. There's 3 different sizes. I've got quite a skinny waist, so I've gone for the smallest size, and I think that will really be nice and snug and tight to my body. I'll have to try it on, and with it being the SRT version, it's also compatible with the PETZL Sequoia SRT shoulder straps. So this will be amazing when I'm doing the bigger felling, and I've got bigger saws on my side and I want to take a bit of that weight off. These will be great to distribute the weight onto my shoulders, and I can also use that as a chest harness and SRT up on that as well. I like to climb on 2 ropes, so they've also given me a spare bridge. I'll have to put that on the harness because it can also be 2 bridge compatible. So let's get that harness on. This is incredibly light. It's got loads of points to connect on the back. I think these bungees are for a first aid kit. It's got loads of connections, rear connection, nice side Ds and lower Ds, 2 bridges. So I think I'm going to have some proper adjustment once I'm in my chainsaw trousers and, you know, I put some weight into it. But just from that little adjustment there, I've been messing with the legs and the hips. Everything's adjustable. You can raise these up, raise them down, tighten the leg loops, hoist everything up. The SRT version has this loop strap here, which you can actually clip onto and keep your SRT system super tight to you on ascent. And you can also have a double bridge set up that you mainly do all your work from, and you can even ascend on the double bridge version. But mainly what this is for is to attach the chest harness. The reason why they suggest you use only the SRT version is this loads the harness in a way so that when you've got your chest on, it pulls up on here and put some weight more into your legs and into your hips. It'll be a lot comfier, and it's specifically designed for the shoulder straps. Feels dead light. I've got maneuverability. You know, I could walk around on site. It looks cool with the gold and yellow. I think these hip rings are nice, in a nice position for me. You know, it loads them legs real nice. I just like how adjustable it is. And obviously I'm going to put that second bridge on there. It's a knotless system, because I actually do know someone who fell out of the tree because their stopper knot on a tree motion harness came out. It does eliminate that knot factor. So this is on one of the sides, and to tidy up the slack, where on a lot of tree motions they just flap around, and on other harnesses, this has a clever bungee system where I've only just noticed this, where you can wrap it up, coil it dead tight once you've adjusted the harness. So you can actually coil it round, wrap round there, and that post in there, and then look at that. All that slack's all tidy. Let's get these shoulder straps on. It's a nice touch for them to put them in all these little bags. You know, I could use these bags, clip that on, and use that bag as, you know, a little wedge pocket. These are nicely padded and fit specifically onto the harness, so there's no adjustments necessary. It comes with these little attachments. You just need a little single crab to attach to that top loop, like I said. Light aluminium carabiner. Just clip it on there, pull down on the strap to get it tensioned. That's how it clips on. You know, that's dead fast. You know, I really want to reach out. It doesn't really affect that at all, to be honest. It's not actually affecting my waistline at all. The carabiner isn't digging into me or in any way affecting me. I think if you use this on the regular Sequoia, which they don't suggest, it will be pulling on there, and it'll be inverted and won't be very comfortable. But to be honest, I can't even tell that these are on, and I've got full mobility. I think I could go about and do most works with this on. But the only reason why this is possible at receiving gear and things like that is because of you guys, so I really appreciate, you know, all the attention, all the videos I've been getting and all the comments. Stay tuned, there's going to be lots of PETZL reviews coming soon to the channel. I think everyone already knows they're a great company, but they've also got some hidden gems, especially like that throw line and that rope that I don't see really used in the industry. Thank you for making this possible. It really means a lot. So I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.